I keep trying to hold on to hope for these guys, man, and it's horrible. But
man, I mean, what's next for the division?
Who cares? I hope Brandon Allen goes in here and whoops Hamzat, dude. I hope he becomes the next champion.
Who's the pants? It was you.
I'm telling you, shout out Jaywalkers. Y'all want to go get his pants now. It's the blood orange, jaywalkers.com. Go get you Drew Dober's pants because now y'all going to celebrate the boy because he won.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everyone trusts Vegas.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't know about.
Maybe don't call Vegas. Let's call like Hartford, Connecticut or something like that.
Let's go, JDM, man. I cannot wait for this fight, man. I'm so excited for this fight. Carlos Prates is going to be smoking cigarettes in the pre-conference and the weigh-ins and everything, man. I'm all for this. JDM going to show up with all of his Street X gear looking all fly in there to take over the world from Islam, man. I can't wait.
That's not happening. But
I can't wait. I called Craig Jones and said Islam ain't nothing but a backpack, so I can't wait.
But I'm looking into the future. I'm looking at my crystal ball here, and Wei Li moving up. That means she can fight Rose. And we all know how that's gone for her when she's fought Rose. So,
Ryan, what happens on the first UFC on Paramount?
they got to make it Ilya and no other people they have to do.
Baseball blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I speak.
And welcome back to the Denver Sports Betting Show. Boys, we had a huge event last weekend. RDR taking on Brandon Allen in Vancouver. It was quite uneventful at the end. Great fight card leading up to it, just to see RDR quit on the stool. He says he didn't. He had a lot of stuff going on, blah, 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 blah. But just this week, Brandon Allen came out and said, yeah, he for sure quit. They were speaking in a different language, but no, I don't want to continue is pretty universal. So, Taylor, you watched the fight. What happened?
I'm just disappointed about this whole fight, right? Like, we were so excited for RDR for Fluffy, and then the dropout of Fluffy to Brendan Allen, and then, dude, he quit. But then, right, he's quit before, so I guess it's not a new thing. But, dude, this really just solidifies, like, all these former champs, dude, suck, dude. And, oh, my goodness, I keep trying to hold on to hope for these guys, man, and it's horrible. But yeah, he supposedly, like, Brendan Allen said he was like squeezing real hard and like going for that submission early in the fight and like probably just gassed out or something. Man, it's just disappointing. Just disappointing all. But good for Brendan Allen.
Yeah,
dude. Like his stock rise, like great for him.
Whoever
dude.
took that bet on him, that plus money, nice.
Yeah, Ryan, when these guys come in and they are so close to a title fight, but you see him quit. I mean, can RDR ever redeem himself?
I don't know, man. Like that's, and who am I, right? Who am I to say, oh, like, oh, what a, you know.
Yeah, we have like Cheeto Dust and we're like quitter.
What a wuss, you know, kind of thing. But no, like for to be that close, like you got to go out there. Like I don't care what's going on. You got a broken hand, you got a broken whatever. Like you go out there. Like you just have to, man. Like you're that close because you don't think like Uncle Dana is going to see that and be like, yo, is he like, I can't have this guy quit on me in like the main event. Like,
well, I think the UFC stacked the chips for it to be Hamzat versus RDR.
Yep.
And then you get this, he just goes out there and quits. I remember watching the King John Jones with a broken toe. It's like pointing sideways and he's still out there kicking people in the head. Very, very disappointing. I mean, I really can't believe that he quit. Even if he was about to lose, I mean, you have to go out on your shield. To sit there on the stool and just tap out, just say you don't want to go back out there, not answer the bell, is very sad, very disappointing. Man, I mean, what's next for the division?
Who cares? Who cares? Dude, I'm over it. Yeah. I hope Brandon Allen goes in here and whoops Hamzat, dude. I hope he becomes the next champion. I don't know, like who's next? You have the top list. Like who's next?
I don't even know who you put there next. Like Hamzat's is going to destroy. He's going to be like a Merab. Like he's just going to dominate people. And
we just need to wait it out. Like a bad relationship, you just need to wait it out for a year, right? And then Hamzat's going to retire anyways, like he said, and then we can move on with our life to better things.
Well, he's going to move up, right? He wants to move up.
He's calling out Pereira or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
No, man, we want Pereira to keep going up to heavyweight. I mean, I don't want Pereira to go down and deal with that little devil over there, man. Man, that guy, boring fast fighter.
I mean, it'll be interesting in the sense that something will happen. Who knows what will happen? But let's talk about somebody who didn't quit. Our boy, Denver's own Drew Dober. Woo! got the win, and got the win in pretty impressive fashion. Taylor, tell the people what Drew Dober did.
Yeah, man, that was a great fight. It was the start of really the first fight of a long list of fights that had horrible refereeing in it over that card that we'll talk about here in a minute. But it was so exciting to see Drew get the win, right?
Yes.
We talked about how much he needed this win, and to see him get the win, and then to see him just smiling afterwards, and to see his smile walking out when he was going into the octagon. It was just great all around to see Drew go out there and get it done.
It was the pants. It was you.
I'm telling you, shout out Jaywalkers. Y'all want to go get his pants now. It's the blood orange, jaywalkers.com. Go get you Drew Dober's pants, because now y'all going to celebrate the boy because he won.
Shout out Drew Dober. I couldn't think of a better guy. Definitely deserved the win. It'd be interesting to see what happens next in his career. But you touched on something that I really want to talk about. The bad refereeing, and specifically Dan Miragliotta in the Frivola versus Kyle Nelson fight. Something weird happened, and I'm still confused about it. Frivola, he was getting pounded out on the ground by Kyle Nelson. There's like 3 seconds left in the fight. Miragliotta waves the fight off, then lets him come back out. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, and there was so much confusion too, because the fight could have rightfully been stopped right there. Like, he was taking, I don't know how many strikes, but he took a bunch without unanswered, and anything like that. But there was 3 seconds left. He stops the fight, and the fighters don't really know what's going on. They get told to go back to their corners, and then they get brought out for round 2. But when they do the replay, there's clearly 3 seconds left. But then by that time, the round 2 already started. So they're like, well, I mean, I guess it's kind of too late either way. The round started. And thankfully, the same fighter won. And unfortunately for Frivola there, that he took that loss. But imagine if then he came back and stole the fight. There's so many things that could have happened there, and it just seemed like a weird happenstance from Dan, because Dan's been at it for a minute, man.
Yes, man.
I know, but it seems like we're talking about this same thing every week. But with this one, we're talking about the same thing, bad refereeing on the same card with the same referee. Yeah. Because later on in the Kevin Holland fight versus Mike Malott, there was 2 very significant groin strikes.
Yep.
That had Kevin Holland out. Taylor, what should have happened? What was the right way to go about it, and what did Dan Miragliotta do?
Well, so that's the thing. Just be consistent. Whatever you're going to do, the ref has to be consistent. So there was a groin strike in the Drew Dober fight. 1 groin strike, no warning, instant point taken away. And then Kevin Holland got hit 2 or 3 different times, the last time fairly significantly, right? And then there was no point taken away for either time, and it just wasn't the same. So I think the consistency is what we're always talking about. And usually that's a little bit understandable with human error, right? From different referee to different referee, but this is the same dude. And I don't know if Kevin Holland's ever gonna have kids now after that. Dude, did you guys see that? That was hard. And talking to him, man, he seemed defeated. After that, he seemed defeated after that blow. And then even further though, the no point, and then he got an additional almost minute after the allowed 5 minutes. So I don't know what was going on over there, man. Blame it on the Canadians or something. I don't know.
Like you said, Manny, this we've been talking about it for how many, there's always something with the refs every time.
And these guys, they do it every single week. You would think they'd be better at it. Ryan, how do they fix this? What's the solution?
Because it's not even training. It's like you said, he's been doing it forever. So I don't know. I don't know.
Is there a second set of eyes they could put on this? But I mean, there has to be something.
There has to be, because this is, like I said, we can look back at these shows and it's always something from these refs that's going on.
But think about that. If there was replay or something, right, that would have saved that situation. But now adding that affects the whole integrity of all the fight, because now it's not a 60-second break in between rounds. It takes that longer. Something needs to be done, but what is it? Who knows?
Well, the NFL, they have their phone call to New York, right? They're on the line with New York. They're reviewing everything in their cushy little office, watching every different angle. I mean, do they do something like that where they could call back to Vegas and say, hey, probably mess up a lot of our bets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everyone trusts Vegas.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't know about.
Maybe don't call Vegas. Let's call Hartford, Connecticut or something like that.
Imagine they call Donald Trump in the White House. Trump just sits there. No, I think he was done.
He's like, that was the greatest finish I've ever seen.
Huge.
It was huge. But I mean, there has to be something, because I think that fight, that groin strike, definitely affected Kevin Holland and affected him in a way that he was not able to perform at what he was able to. Ended up losing the fight, and I definitely think he deserved a better shot at it. I don't know. But like you said, something has to be done. They have to have a second set of eyes because it just got to stop. I mean, these fighters, they're getting robbed. They put their heart and souls into getting ready for these. And yeah, they got to do better. We have the Madison Square Garden card in New York. Jack Della Maddalena taking on Islam Makhachev with the co-main event. Zhang Weili moving up to take on Valentina Shevchenko. I mean, I could not be more excited for this card. But what's your take? What stood out to you about this MSG card?
Well, yeah, you got Leon Edwards against Carlos Prates, and then I'm pretty sure just announced a former guest of the show, Chepe. Chepe is going to be fighting on this card as well. So this card is going to be epic, right? And every card they've done at MSG has been so great. But let's go, JDM, man! I cannot wait for this fight, man. I'm so excited for this fight, and even the co-main event. I think this is a great fight because, you know, we have the fight this weekend that's only happening because Weili vacated her title. And a lot of the times people aren't as excited about women's MMA fights and things like that. But this is a banger. No matter how you look at it, both of these ladies are finishers. They come to bang. They're both fighting for legacy at this point. So I think it makes it a super interesting matchup. But yeah, I can't wait, man. You got Carlos Prates gonna be smoking cigarettes in the pre-conference and the weigh-ins and everything, man. I'm all for this. JDM gonna show up with all of his Street X gear looking all fly in there to take over the world from Islam. Man, I can't wait.
That's not happening.
I can't wait. Man, did you see that, man? Conor McGregor called Craig Jones and
who?
Conor McGregor. You know who that is?
No, the other guy. I don't know the
Just
other
making
guy.
sure. Craig Jones, yeah. Called Craig Jones and said Islam ain't nothing but a backpack. So I can't wait for this fight, man. I think it's going to be interesting. Either way, man, it's a tough fight for JDM. I'm pulling for him all the way. And he either goes out there and shocks the world or he makes it a lot more difficult of a fight for Islam.
No. So I'm going to take your money on that one.
Outta here,
I'm going to
bro.
take your money
Get
on that
outta
one,
here.
but I'm more excited for the co. I honestly am. I love that fight. I love Valentina. I love Weili, but I'm looking into the future. I'm looking at my crystal ball here, and Weili moving up. That means she can fight Rose. And we all know how that's gone for her when she's fought Rose. So Rose goes out there, gets another big win. If I'm UFC, I'm making that all day. Give the trilogy. So that's what I want to see. I want to see Weili win there, and then I want to see Rose.
Rose up 2-0?
Yep.
Right?
So you got to make that fight. So I'm hoping Rose just dominates her next one. Weili gets this one. They make the trilogy. Rose gets the belt. Story. End of story.
Yeah, it's nice when you're looking on the UFC website and both the fighters have the UFC championship belts hanging off their shoulder. That one is going to be very, very exciting. Not something that you get to see every single day. This fight goes down November 15th. So be sure to tune in because we're going to be breaking down all of these. I mean, we have Bo Nickel taking on Rodolfo Vieira, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. I mean, what a better way to close out the year.
Yeah.
But closing out the year and closing out pay-per-view.
That's crazy.
They're going to change how they do everything going on. We know that Paramount is going to be the new place to catch a UFC. Ryan, what happens on the first UFC on Paramount?
They got to make it Ilya and Gaethje. There's no other people they have to do. Gaethje deserves it. And he's the only chance for an American fighter to win a championship right now, to win the belt. So we need Gaethje to do it. Patty, he's going to have to wait.
Patty doesn't deserve it.
No.
Gaethje deserves it way more.
He'll sell too. He'll sell it.
He will. And just because Patty has a goofball haircut and acts like a goofball doesn't make him the best in line. I mean, Gaethje, he's a great wrestler, a great striker. It's going to be a tough fight if he does take on Ilya Topuria, but he really, Taylor, you have to agree with this. He's going to be the best chance, right, to beat Ilya?
You have to agree with this.
I mean, one of the best, right? Like, Ilya's a little still untested on the ground, right? So we don't know if somebody that's a super dominant grappler or wrestler could pose a threat to Ilya. But I mean, on the feet in the division, yeah, where Patty has a chance on the feet, right? He's the bigger person, theoretically having some more power. But yeah, Justin for sure has the best chance here. But dude, again, like with how iffy the fight business is, and Dana White talks about how all the times these fights get messed up. With everything that's going on in Ilya's personal life, dude, and with January coming up, like I can see a lot of things happening where that doesn't end up happening just because of outside influences and things like that, which opens up a lot of opportunities for a lot of other fighters to kind of come in there and build out a card. But I mean, yeah, everybody remembers Max Holloway and Justin, right? Like that's what people want to see. I think that's what you would get with Justin and Ilya, and Justin trains harder than anybody that we know, and is somebody that's been around, and the UFC has used and abused at times and thrown him in different fights. And so I think it would be good. But yeah, I don't know if that happens on the first one with everything that's going on.
And I wouldn't say Gaethje's used and abused. I mean, he's taken every fight that they put in front of him, gave it his all, and put on a great show every single time. But if your roof is used and abused, be sure to call Assured Roofing. Their phone number is 303-646-9300, and use promo code Denver Sports to save $2,000 off your next roofing project. But be sure to tune in next week because we'll be breaking down all the upcoming fights for the rest of the year.
Leaving, got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding.
Wins are big, and your savings can be too. Thanks to our official sponsor, Assured Roofing, you can score $2,000 off your next roofing project. Whether it's hail damage or just time for an upgrade, Assured Roofing has your back, just like we got yours when it comes to the bets. Quality work, local experts, and right now, $2,000 off your next roofing project. So while you're out there betting smart, be sure to call Assured Roofing and invest in a solid investment for your home. Be sure to use promo code Denver Sports to save that $2,000.